Hey, Brad Greenfield here, back for part 2 of creating an interactive PDF from scratch. Okay, so if you remember last time we created our form in Microsoft Publisher. We just put the UT extension, the name, address, and phone number in here. Then we inserted these form fields by going to Forms and Form Tools and selecting what we want to input. Now there's a tremendous number of things here, but just for the sake of time and ease of this, we're just going to do the text box, text field that we did. I encourage you to get these others out and play with it. So now there's a couple ways we could do this. Now we could close form editing, save as, and save this as just another form that we would email out. But what I want to do is get into a little bit of the distribution form or distribute form options. So I want to click on distribute form, and it says before distributing the form, changes you've made need to be saved. So I'm going to save it, and I'm just going to select test 1 INT for interactive and select save. And it says some forms are already filled out. If you see here, it still has my name, so I'm going to select yes for it for them to erase that. Okay, so the options that we have here: automatically download and organizes responses with acrobat.com. To do that, you've got to have an Adobe username and password, so we don't really want to do that. Automatically collect responses on my own internal site. Now we can do some stuff in SharePoint, but that's possibly for another day. So what I want to do is manually collect responses in my email inbox. Okay, so then I'm going to select next, and we can either send it out automatically using Adobe Acrobat, or we can save a local copy and manually send it later. I'm going to go ahead and just send it out automatically just so you can see what that screen looks like. So I'm going to select next, and now we have the opportunity to put our names here. Now the problem with this is we have to type these manually. If we click 2, we can go through our address book, so not a big deal. This is where if we have some groups that we've created inside of our Outlook email, that would definitely help. So I'm just going to do 1 for right now, just email it to myself so I can show you what this looks like. Okay, so there's that. Please complete the form, and it's got the form name. And here's the default message that comes with it. I'm not going to change that, but this is your opportunity to change just about anything on here that you want. And then we'll leave collect name and email from recipients to provide optimal tracking. So I'm going to select send. Okay, when I hit send, I get this box pull up here that shows that I have no recipients responded yet because I just sent it. Recipients not responded, obviously 1. Total recipients 1. Okay, so I've got even a list down here of the recipients that I've sent this thing to. So it's a pretty powerful tool here. Okay, so now if I close this out, I'm just going to close this just so I can show you where to find that. If I go to Forms and click on Track Forms, then I can pick any of these forms that I want. But the one that we did was test1._int. So we see here still no responses. Okay, so I'm just going to close out of this and open up my email that contained it. So here's the email that I just sent to myself. So when I double click this form here, we see that this pulls up. I can obviously very easy form. So now what I want to do is just click submit. And from email address, yes, I want that. That's fine. I'm good to go. Click send. And I am sending it from a desktop email application such as Outlook. Okay, so I'll select OK. And we're saying that it's okay for Adobe to go ahead and send this email. That's all this is saying here. So I'll select OK. And that email has been sent. Now after I've submitted the form, it'll come to my email box. So what I did was just go to my open my email box. Now I sent this to myself, so this is going to look a lot the same, but if you create a form and send it to somebody, when somebody submits the form back to you, this is the email that you're going to get. So we can see here that we've got instructions here. There's the form that was distributed. So if I double click that, I get this little pop-up window that says this file is completed form and will be added to a response file. Add to existing file. See, it's already created a response file for me. So I'm okay to have it go there. Select OK. and this is the window that we get. So there's a couple things we can do here. I'm just going to select Get Started, and we see there that we've got my one response. Now you can see you can export this into just about whatever you want. You could filter it, you could change, but the bottom line is we're building a database here right inside of our desktop for all these forms. So you can see how valuable this tool could be. So with that, I'll let that be the end of it. If you have any questions on this, let me know. It's a little complicated, does a couple different things, but overall it's pretty neat how you can build this database, and then we could take this information, put it right into Super, carry it to a meeting with us so that we could check names off as they enter, whatever the case may be. So again, you'll see my information on the screen. If you have questions, let me know. Thank you.